a really important thing to bring up here is to not test, not do your testing with friends. Sometimes that can be useful. Oh, does this grab you? Does this grab you? But generally, your friends are going to be, wrong. And I've often found that if I, if I put a headline and I show it to several people, or an ad, generally the majority of time the majority is wrong. So what I would encourage you to do is really look at testing scientifically, because the only person whose opinion matters is our customers, is whether people buy. That's the only thing that actually matters in the reality of it all. So only test on that. And so let's just take a look at offline testing. Now let's say you want to do junk mail, or you want to do an ad in the newspaper or something like that. Well, how do you test this sort of thing? So a very simple way to test things in an offline testing sort of environment is you could have, for example, let's look at a few options. Let's say it's junk mail. You could have different colour flyers, and then you say, oh yeah, by the way, when people call up, you say, oh, by the way, what colour's the flyer? And they say, oh, it's yellow or it's pink. You could have, ask for, so when people call up, ask for Sam. So people call Sam on this number. And then, people say, oh, is Sam there? And you'll instantly know it's from the ad. So I've seen people do that. The other thing you could do is you could say, quote, to take advantage of your free report, quote reference code XYZ. Now, of course, the other thing is you could do, if you're doing it offline, is you could direct people to a website and give it a specific code. So you have one flyer with one headline, and that sends people to let's say scottbywater.com /free, and the other one sends them to scottbywater.com /freebie. And all of a sudden, then I go and look at my web stats, and I can see, oh, that headline, that one's pulling a lot better than that one. So and that's just an example. It could be /1 /2. You won't find anything, I don't think, on any of those websites. So don't bother going there. But it's you just have it, and then very quickly, okay, that's what's working best, that's what's not working best, etc., etc. So that's really useful. Now, if it's in the newspaper, unfortunately in Australia, you can't really do this sort of thing. So if it's in the newspaper, what I would encourage you to do instead is to basically, so if it's in the newspaper, is you would have to run one ad 1 week and another ad another week. And try and keep those times as clear as you can, or as similar as you can. So, for example, if you advertise one ad 1 week and the next week's is Christmas time, well, then it's probably not a fair test. If you advertise one ad 1 week and next week's school holidays, then it's probably not a fair test. So it's not as scientific with things like Google or online or junk mail, where you can do the 1-2 sort of thing, but you should still be able to get a pretty good indication of what's working best for you in terms of the the approach. And one thing I would really sort of encourage you to look into is to create some sort of testing system where testing becomes a part of your routine of doing business. And if you need any motivation for doing this, I was watching Eben Pagan. He's got a program called Altitude, which is a great program on building a multi-million-dollar business. And one of the things he asked in that program is, he said, who split tests here on a regular basis. And, there was half a dozen people in the room or who put their hand up. And he asked each of them, how much do you earn a year? 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 What's your business turning over? And all of them had significant incomes. I forget the exact income, but there were, I think the majority of them were in the $1 million plus range of income, and they were the ones who were dedicated to split testing. So what I would do, and this is anything that you do on a regular basis, is get it down into a split test, into anything when it comes to marketing, that it's working. You want to be doing it religiously, and incorporating it into a system. So for me, it's daily emails. That works for me. Bang, I punch out a daily email every day. That's just part of the system, something I do every day. To help you get more customers, I'm giving away a free gift to everyone who watches this video. It's a brand new guide called 7 Ways to Get More Traffic and Customers, which includes a swag of cheat sheets for getting results fast. Download it for free by clicking the link in the description below this video or visiting moretrafficandcustomers.com.